homemaking work? That is a question that I wish to address in this very video. Welcome to the Household Logistics YouTube channel. In this video, I want to share with you some thoughts, some insight into answering that very question. And of course, I am going to use my own experience first and foremost as the foundation for answering that question. For those of you that are new to the Household Logistics YouTube channel, welcome. My name is Rhonda. Please consider subscribing and clicking the notification bell so that you will receive automated notification about other videos here at the Household Logistics YouTube channel. Why choose to subscribe to the Household Logistics YouTube channel, you may think to yourself? Well, here at the Household Logistics YouTube channel, I share and document the journey that I am personally taking as a homemaker and household administrator. That is one of my primary purposes and motivations for this channel. However, I also want this channel to be a niche channel that encourages and inspires and provides insight for others that are homemakers and household administrators. Being able to share frugal, budget-friendly, helpful hints and tips that I have myself found most beneficial, I am hoping will in turn prove to be most beneficial perhaps to you and your household. So please do consider subscribing to this channel. So back to the question for this video's focus. Is homemaking work? When I was first married approximately 20 years ago, as an older person getting married, the decision was made between my new husband and myself that I would forego full-time employment outside the home and focus on being a homemaker. We had purchased a property that was a do-it-yourself, let's try and renovate this home property. It required extensive renovation. It required landscaping. And for me personally, with the skills and experience and expertise I had, I was in my element. Being able to work full-time on creating a home was very much a dream come true. It was, however, a dream that had challenges. It was quite difficult and quite challenging to adjust to us being a household together that had solely one income. While friends, family, others around us were two-income households, we were stepping off the cliff in some respects to be right from the outset of our marriage, operating together as a single income household. And boy, that did have challenges. I enjoyed being able to be a full-time homemaker. I was in my element, doing up furniture, painting the house, going about all the DIY aspects of renovating the home. My husband, being the sole breadwinner, would also come home at times from work to work in the weekends alongside me, creating this nest, this dream that we had of having our own home. It required us as a single income household to really think through our decisions very carefully. Because we were doing the renovation ourselves a lot of the time, there had to be research put in before going out to purchase items. We could not buy things each week just as we needed them. Sometimes we only could buy part of something, or perhaps we had to actually budget and put money aside for bigger things as part of the refurbishment and renovation of the home that we'd purchased. For 6.5 years from memory, we spent time, money, and energy making that home far more livable and perhaps more healthy, because it did have issues. That experience was hard. It was difficult and it was challenging. And I was very grateful for the support of extended family and friends who at times passed things on to us, particularly as we started to have our own family. My creativity, the innovation, the ability that I had to budget and go and do op shopping and make over and repurpose items helped our household. It is work being a homemaker. It is work being a household administrator. It is important in today's world for many of us, be it those with multiple incomes coming into a household, or perhaps like us being a single income household. It is very important for people to share knowledge and skills and expertise to help each other. Being able to hear those helpful tips and hints from my extended family, be it my own family or my in-laws' family, they helped my husband and I provide not only for ourselves and our children, but it at times made a big difference for what we could achieve on the very limited income as we went about renovating and landscaping the property that we had. So my personal response to that question, is homemaking work, is yes, it most definitely is. As a newly married person with my spouse, we often had to go out to meet other people with various community events that we were involved in. We spent quite some time going to a new church closer to where we lived. And it was most interesting to find that one of the most common questions that people would ask, other than what is your name, is, do you work? And for me, I found over some time that that very question actually started to knock my confidence. For someone who was not out in the workforce any longer, my identity had shifted. I was a homemaker. I was actually excited about being a homemaker. And yet, often when I had that question posed to me, I was left feeling rather awkward, sometimes even confused about how best to answer it. Because I was working. I just was not getting a salary or a wage for the work, and a lot of it was extensive hours of work within the walls of the home and the confines of the family property. So for me, I have over time realized that perhaps that issue with my own personal confidence was one that I had to personally address. And yes, if I could go back in time and speak to a much younger self, I would say to myself, you are working and it is extensive work that you're doing. Hold your head up. Don't hesitate to say, yes, I am working. I am renovating a home. My husband and I have bought a property and I am the chief property manager. I am the chief project manager. Perhaps then I wouldn't have felt so confused and knocked about by the looks that sometimes people did give in response to me saying, no, I'm not working. It seemed for some people to be an issue and seemed to close off the conversation rather quickly. So perhaps really for both parties, the communication skills could have been better. And on my part, I needed to be more confident, and perhaps on their part, they needed to be less narrow-minded about the value that being a homemaker actually is to community, the wider community, because as we all know, what happens within the walls and confines of the home influences society and community. So this is a short video. I wanted to pose that question and answer it with some insight and some personal background about where I position myself now in relation to that question. Is homemaking work? Yes, most definitely. And if you subscribe to this channel, I will be able to share with you the work, the insight, the helpful tips and hints, what it's like from real life experience to be a single income household, trying to work with a budget, yet create a lovely home for you and those in your household. Thank you for watching.